Don't hand me no lines and keep your hands to yourself.
That's an outrage.
America's number one sports radio personality. He's a friend. He's a colleague. When Marty Lurie's not available, there's nobody I'd rather sit around a campfire and talk baseball with. After my day off, I come back to learn. I was stunned that Anthony Bruno felt that young man in New York did not get enough for his ball. Yes, here is Tony Bruno. Tony.
That's right, Gary. I'm speaking up for the little guy. Yeah, and I did it yesterday with the great Ray Woodson. If you want to be a butt munch to Derek Jeter and praise this guy who's a fraud, and oh, by the way, even more evidence now. More evidence.
What is that? What am I now?
A butt munch. I hate to use that term.
I hadn't heard that. Had you heard that before?
Of course.
All right.
But if you want to deify Derek Jeter because God gave him ability to hit a baseball and he's a great player and has accomplished many things that most of us dream of, you hear the latest, Gary? As you know, Derek Jeter is too tired to show up. I don't know you guys have been talking about it.
Right.
He can't show up in a private jet with a limo picking him up to go in there, doff his
cap.
Do you
really think I'm a butt munch?
Well, for some athletes, perhaps, Gary. Like, I know you would take the stance that Derek Jeter is a swell guy, and he probably is, and I know he doesn't get in trouble because he was smart enough never to get married. So when he's taking schifozos in and out of his apartment in New York, nobody really cares because he's not doing anything wrong. He's not married. So I tip my hat if I had one to Derek Jeter. Okay. But after basically getting a 3,000 baseball for free, having his boss provide all the money and all, they didn't provide any money. They gave a couple of seats, a couple of hats, a couple of balls. You know what Derek Jeter's doing right now, Gary? He's sitting at home in his penthouse signing as many things as he can with the 3,000 logo on it. That's what he's doing.
Do you know for sure?
Absolutely. I talked to Brandon Steiner of Steiner Sports. And while Derek Jeter's telling everybody, oh, I'm too tired, I got a pennant race, I guess Roy Halladay, who's the starting pitcher for the National League tonight in the All-Star game, he doesn't have any pennant race to worry about, right? Here's a guy who leads baseball in innings pitched, but he can show up. But Derek Jeter, oh, no. Derek Jeter's too important. He's got to sit at home and sign Brandon Steiner Sports, baseballs, hats. And, oh, by the way, Derek Jeter also gets a $500,000 bonus for making the All-Star team. So not only did he defraud the kid and not even grease him with a check for $50,000 or $100,000, he's now turning his back on the fans who worship his
Wait, he doesn't get that money, does he?
He better not.
No, the $500,000.
I guarantee you his agent's going to say, you made the All-Star team, where's the check? You know how ball players are. The richer they are, the more money they want, Gary. I guarantee you Derek Jeter's not saying, hey, I really didn't go to the All-Star game. All I had to do was show up and doff my cap to the fans after getting 3,000 hits. The fans who voted me in so that I can get a $500,000 bonus check.
But he's not getting the bonus.
A 23-year-old kid selling cell phones in New York gets a couple of suites and a couple of bats, and everybody's making this to be, what a great haul. He's going to have to pay taxes on that, Gary.
$5,000 to $13,000, Tone.
That is correct, Patrick. And here's the difference. If somebody gives you $250,000 cash, you then have $250,000 cash to pay the taxes with. If somebody gives you balls, bats, suites, there's no cash involved there. It's like winning a car on Wheel of Fortune, Gary. You got to pay the taxes on that Ford Fiesta. And if you don't have the cash to pay the taxes, what good's the car?
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So this kid's got all these bats, gloves, hats, and tickets, and they're going to give him a tax bill for $14,000.
Wait a minute. Will you agree that this coming out, the hating? See, I was accused of being a hater earlier in the show.
In regards to Brian Wilson.
Because I said Brian Wilson's fantastic now, but once he takes that uniform off, he's not going on the Tonight Show.
You said nobody will care.
Nobody will care. Yeah. Here is former relief pitcher B. Weezy. B, how's your beard? You know what I mean? It's over.
Hater.
No. But my point is, wouldn't you say the key to this?
No, he'll go on the.
No.
I agree with you on the national level.
Yeah, nobody.
I think nationally, Gary. I know the Bay Area. We play the local crowd. Like I heard you guys saying that. Talking about the face of baseball.
Who is the face of baseball?
Somebody brought up Buster Posey.
Oh,
Buster Posey's not even the face of the Giants. How's he the face of baseball?
How dare you attack the Giants? This is 680 KNBR.
I'm not attacking the Giants. I would think Brian Wilson is more of the face of the Giants. And I think Pablo Sandoval is more of the face of the Giants.
55, Tone, 55. Tim Lincecum.
Timmy Lincecum.
Tim Lincecum's more the face of the Giants.
7-7. All right, here we go, Tone. You ready?
Two.
All right.
Cy Youngs.
If Jeter gets paid $500,000
as a bonus for making the All-Star team, which he got.
then I'll agree with you. But if he stayed home and took a $500,000 hit, then you know he's tired, correct?
But he didn't take a $500,000.
No, you know
paid
for sure he got the money.
From what I understand,
Well, that's
if you
a
get
disgrace,
named to the
Sid.
All-Star team,
That's a disgrace.
in your contract, and
All
you know how agents are, and I talked to a couple people earlier this morning, because I don't just go on spout off stuff. I was surprised that Derek Jeter, because most players, you know, obviously when Derek Jeter was going through his contract hassles where he was publicly ripping the Yankees to make the Yankees look like the bad guys because they would give him $100 million to hit 220 at the end of his career, because all players want to be paid on past performance. Nobody wants to be paid on what can you do for me now, except in the real world. In the real world that you and I live, Gary, and that Patrick and that Kate Scott and that all of our listeners live in.
Real World
You
Las
don't get
Vegas,
paid
the
on-
latest cast.
You don't get paid on past performance. You get paid on, you did a great job, hopefully you'll continue to do a great job and play at that level.
But Tony,
Get
every
me
contract, every contract is off what you did before, right?
Yes, but,
every
but
contract.
there's a difference. In radio, as you get older, you're really not losing your skills unless you become senile on the air, and then they throw you the hell off the air. But in baseball, you get up in your late 30s, early 40s, your skills aren't going to get better. Your skills diminish. So giving a guy money, and God bless him, the agents get him. I don't begrudge anybody their money. But I'm saying this kid, and I'm not blaming the kid, by the way. The kid did what he thought was the right thing, and he's a hero in many eyes. Certainly a hero in Derek Jeter's eyes, because Derek Jeter didn't have to be. How about a tip? You know, Gary, we go into a restaurant.
Okay, we don't know
you
for
walk
sure,
into
right?
a restaurant, and the owner of the restaurant, like when I go into Giulio Tempesta's Restaurante Umbria, which, oh, by the way, Lee Hammer in the Chronicle over the weekend also referred to as his favorite restaurant.
In the pink section.
Jesus
In the
Christ,
pink section.
Julio got only trade outs in there? Anybody going to
No,
pay?
but I mean, you know, I try to pay, and then he won't. But you know what I do? If I don't pay when I go into a restaurant, I make sure I take care of the waiter. This is, to me, the kid who caught the ball. The restaurant took care of the kid. The restaurant's the Yankees. They took care of him. The Yankees are the ones who gave him the tickets, all the crap and memorabilia and paraphernalia, whatever else they gave him. But Derek Jeter could have at least given the kid a tip, because he would have not gotten that ball back if not for the Yankees.
But wait, isn't there a rumor, Tony, that he paid off his student loans?
That's a BS Twitter rumor. That's not been documented. That's the problem with Twitter and fake reporters, and they're not even reporters, because if it's somebody who's a legitimate reporter saying that, then I'm going to say there's some smoke behind it. Just because some guy throws something on Twitter that Derek Jeter paid the guy's bills, I don't know that to be a fact, and it hasn't been confirmed. So I'm not going to go on a Twitter rumor. Derek Jeter gets $500,000. I found out today his bonus for the All-Star game is $500,000, which to me is ridiculous.
And he
'Cause
got
of course
that
Derek
money,
Jeter,
though.
I don't know if he got the
All
money. All I'm saying is, you know that his agent's going to say, hey, he was voted in by the fans. He got 3,000 hits. He's tired. He needs time to sign memorabilia with 3,000 so that Steiner Sports, whose website blew up over the weekend because all these people want to buy Derek Jeter 3,000 signed gear, he's signing baseballs, bats. That's what he's doing, and sticking it up to fans. You, the fans who worship these guys, sitting at home in his penthouse with Minka Kelly, who's probably signing balls along with him, like Pete
She's
Rose
doing
used
more
to
than
get.
signing them, Tone.
Pete
Yeah,
Rose,
okay,
yeah,
thank
she's
you.
adding a little something to him. If you pay another $1,000,
Washing.
you not only will get that Derek Jeter signed
Cleansing.
ball.
See, the
you'll get a
Cabernet
little-
is just pissing Tony off.
By the way, I
man.
am seeing on the internet that the captain did receive the $500K,
There
while
you go, Gary.
Curtis
wow.
and
Go ahead,
Grander.
continue
Wow.
to
All right.
support the rich fat cat and step down on the poor 23-year-old cell
Wait.
phone salesman who should be perfectly happy getting a couple of balls and bats so Derek Jeter can go out and make another $5 million and not even have the decency to write a
Wait.
check to this kid for $50,000.
Let me clear, because I'm ready to jump ship and join your side. But wait.
Because my side is the right side, Gary. I speak for the common man. I speak for the fan in the stands who's out there paying $10 for a stale beer, who's overpaying for all that crap in
Only
the
$9
ballpark.
1/4 here at AT&T, Tone.
Let me tell you, we're blessed to be on Earth during the Derek Jeter. That's my favorite when the guy goes, we're blessed to have lived when the Giants won the World
My
Series.
life is just
All
my
right.
mortgage payments will now be made.
All right.
The banks are
But-
not going to foreclose.
Wait.
They're going to start giving us loans again now that Derek Jeter. Listen, I'm a big
But-
sports. I've been doing this my whole life. I'm not one of these I hate sports guys,
Right.
so I'm going to rip anything that's sports. I actually enjoy watching great athletes. That's what entertains us. It entertains
Thoroughbreds.
me.
Thoroughbreds.
They are. They've got a God-given talent. They entertain us every night. But after that, that's where it ends with me.
No.
I don't want a guy spitting in the face of the fans. And that's what Derek Jeter's doing. He's spitting this kid's face, and he's spitting in the face of all you morons who go on MLB.com and vote Derek Jeter to the All-Star team so he can have another $500,000
808
to burn
KNBR.
while you
808
rot in hell
KNBR.
and you go out there and bust your butt for $40,000 a year.
If you
How's
just
that
like
feel?
to thank Tony for being on your side, 808 KNBR.
I'm not Mike Bogalashevsky, but I am on your side.
All right. Wait a minute. And then we'll do something else. But 808 KNBR, a chance to thank one man who took on all the establishment when
That's
the rest
right.
of us tried to fit in. Tony was there.
I'm not just one little local voice on a little radio station. I'm on KNBR 680, the 50,000-watt flamethrower,
Thank you.
and nationally syndicated at night.
All
So
right.
this isn't something this isn't a guy going into the wind, as you know what we say, Gary.
Yes.
I'm not
Thank
doing
you,
that.
Jim Croce. Yes.
No, he spit in the wind.
I know.
This is the other thing you do in the wind.
This
when
is an R.
nobody
Kelly
hears.
in the wind.
Well, of course,
I've done it in the
that's
wind,
right.
Tone, but I had to use a strainer.
Yes.
For
Have
my
you been blowing candles in the wind, Gary? or
no, but
blowing
I have to
kisses?
use a strainer to catch my
By the way, Gary,
kidney
yes, I'm
stone.
concerned. I was very concerned yesterday when you weren't there. I
Very
need a
battered.
medical update, Gary.
Very battered. That's all. But listen, I don't want to. Here's the Tone. The bottom line is, did Jeter get that? If he got 500,000 and said I was too exhausted, then I'm with you.
And
if
he's signing stuff. See, that's the other
Okay,
thing. You
but-
know he's signing
but
stuff.
wait,
Gary.
did
These
you-
autographs don't appear on the
Tone,
Brandon
did he get the
Steiner
money or
Sport.
not? You're pretty sure
I don't
he
know
did.
if he got the money.
All
All
right.
I know is I wanted to find out the facts. The facts are he's got a $500,000 bonus for making the All-Star team. And what I don't know, and this is what I don't say what I don't know. I do know it's a $500,000 bonus. I don't know whether he got the check. I don't know whether he's going to give it to charity. And when he does, I'll be the first guy to praise him. Any of these guys, all these 16 guys, and some of them are legitimately injured. There's a difference. Like Placido Polanco, not because he plays for the Phillies, all you Giant fans who want to turn this into a Philly thing all the time. He's been hurt for over a week. He hasn't played a game. So he's not stiffing the All-Star team. You know, A-Rod's going to have surgery. He can't play.
Chipper
That's fine.
Jones. Chipper Jones.
Legitimately hurt. And I get the guys who pitched on Sunday, really you can't ask them to pitch in the All-Star game. Why can't you ask them if they're getting a bonus to go there and tip the cap and be there? You know, you're going to fly on a private jet. You're going to be in a limo. You don't have to worry about going back through security 4 or 5 times like the regular schmoes do in airports. I don't want to hear about when you're pampered and you're taken care of. I don't want to hear about how hard it is, okay? Nobody wants to hear how somebody who has a great life, has more money than God, gets limos and private jets, and how they should be taken care
He's
of
the
even
captain.
more.
Don't you have any respect for his
El
title?
Capitan, Gary. That's who he is, the El Capitan.
Thank you.
You
Next
want to
thing-
worship an overpaid, deified
Tony, is the
athlete.
wine corked? What is the problem?
Yeah, I
No,
don't know.
I'm angry because I'm trying to back away from this Derek Jeter thing. I really am.
Okay.
I got out of my system about the whole
Back.
nonsense
Oh,
about
please.
stiffing the kid and not giving the kid a check. Now I find out he gets a $500,000 bonus.
You don't know
for
that
making
he
the
did,
All-Star
Tony.
team.
Tony, that's the bottom line. If he got a $500,000 check and said I'm too tired to go, then he is
He didn't get
bad.
the check first, Gary, but guess what?
What?
His agent knows. You don't think his agent's going to go to Brian Cashman and say, oh, you know, Brian, I know he didn't show up, but, you know.
Okay,
Back.
stop. Nobody
It's in his
cares
contract.
about him. And Jesus Christ.
Here's the agent. I'm going to be the agent for Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Then we got to go to the lines. People are.
Derek Jeter's making you a lot of money. Look,
All right.
look at all the merchandise. Look at all the Jeter jerseys that are going
Well,
to
it's
sell.
true though. That's true.
You're right. I'm playing.
Yeah,
I'm playing.
okay.
I'm doing
All right.
this the right way.
Right.
Hey, I know Derek didn't go to the All-Star game. And we did negotiate that $500,000 bonus for making the All-Star team. But you understand, I mean, he did get 3,000 hits right before the All-Star game.
Right.
And he's really tired. So what if he's signing 100,000 autographs of balls and things that he's going to make another couple of million on? That's not the issue here. The issue is we agreed to a bonus. Remember when we had those contentious negotiations and you were dissing my client publicly and my client was trying not to diss you publicly but still did by going through his friends in the media to get them to spread all the negativity about the Yankees, a team that afforded you the chance. If you were playing for the Milwaukee Brewers for 20 years, would you still be deified? Hell no.
All right,
Derek Jeter, if he played for the Oakland A's, well, he wouldn't be there for 18 years if he played for the – but if he was playing for the Oakland A's or the Milwaukee Brewers, or some other small team.
I agree. New York made him
would
in a
Derek Jeter
sense.
be
Yeah.
El Capitan and all this other? Hell no.
Hang on. I've just been handed a piece of research from Bill. Your status with the African-American audience is blowing up. And here to represent the African-American audience, Tone, do you know who I speak of?
The great Johnny X?
He's right here on the line. Johnny X.
Nobody cares.
Take this white brother to your bosom.
You can kiss my black ass.
Well, no, that's not on this case. Here is, representing Michael Irvin, Johnny X. Johnny.
Hey, man, I got a bad connection here, but I just want to thank Tony for speaking up for the average man, man. If I would have caught that home run ball, it would have cost him $250,000 to get it back.
Derek Jeter, Brandon Steiner, all these other memorabilia pigs out there who are just fleecing the American public.
Unbelievable.
All these other guys out there. You pay up. You're making money on dirt. You're selling
These
dirt.
are heroes.
Brandon Steiner admitted on my show that he turns dirt into cash.
All right.
I mean, he'll sell dirt from the home plate area,
Let me
and some
tell you,
guy will buy it and put it on his mantle.
Our lives are enriched because these people walk the face of this earth. And I won't let you stand and talk about a guy who puts on a uniform and hits a ball. Johnny.
Especially the pinstripes of God's team, the New York Yankees.
We are blessed to live in an era where a guy shows up and plays 140. Johnny, your thoughts? Are you with me or Tony on this? We're blessed to have these guys to look up to. It enriches our miserable, crappy lives to have Jeets go for 3,000. Johnny, you with me?
No, I'm with Tony, man.
Good. Ask Tony for 100 next time. You're finished as far as I'm concerned.
I'll tell you what, if Johnny
you
X
and your
ever
black
needed $100,
constituents, get out.
If he
Get
never
out.
needed, he never would buy a drink in my presence, and if he ever needed money, he knows where he would get it, Gary.
Yeah, from me.
Get me
Johnny.
mama.
Johnny, I'm going to give you one more chance. Do you realize having Timmy and Kaner, you know how that made your life better?
No, man, that ain't made my life. They ain't paying my bills, man.
You've lived your entire
The only
miserable
thing that
life.
makes my life better and Johnny X's life better is when the Dallas Cowboys lose on Sunday afternoons. That's where we get our
You
joy.
never had a world title till Boach got here, and you're going to disrespect him too?
I'm sorry.
Your
man,
entire miserable life was spent without a world championship, and then Boach and Kaner and Timmy.
Wheezy.
Yeah, and the bat, they gave you a title, and that's how
And
you
don't
repay
forget
them.
Sergio Romo in the bullpen, and what a great job, and Javier Lopez, and the
Okay.
great job they've done.
Jeremy
especially this
Felt.
past week.
Absolutely. Hey, Johnny, I love you, but I got to say it this way. From now on, when you're in need, you go to Venice and look up Bruno.
All right.
All right.
Johnny's got a place in my house anytime, man. He wants to come down here. My doors are open.
No,
to him,
but a
Gary.
place in his house where he can sit and relax, not wait on you. Mark in
Have him
Daly
cook you that
City.
Ghetto-Spaghetti. Remember Johnny X's Ghetto-Spaghetti?
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. I pour
Yep.
the wine. Johnny's welcome to my house.
Well.
And anybody who's been in my house and you come into my house,
All right.
I take care of business.
Y'all
Unbelievable.
can kiss my black ass.
You guys don't realize we're blessed to be. Mark in Daly City, are you blessed to be on this earth when a guy got 3,000 hits? Or are you with Tony?
Oh, I'm with Tony.
Oh.
I am disgusted with Jeter. In fact, I don't think any player should be on the all or should be considered an all-star unless they show up and play, and they
Damn
shouldn't
right.
get paid for it, even if they get nominated. They don't get paid. They don't play. They shouldn't even get paid or even.
No, I agree with you there, but just think how Saturday, your life, what would you have done between the hours of West Coast time between noon and 2 without that 3,000 hits? Your life was made better by this
You know
great
what I was doing when
entertainer.
Derek Jeter was getting that 3,000th hit, Gary?
I can guess.
I was sitting in Napa at the Chandri Family Winery enjoying great food, great friends, great company. I didn't even know that Derek Jeter – because
Well,
you know why?
that's-
It was one of those inevitable things.
And I was water skiing.
Exactly right. I know that he was going to get the hit. It wasn't one of those, hey, is this – it wasn't a question of if, it was when. And it happened. I watched the highlight, and I knew he was going to get 3,000
Hey,
hits.
Mark, next time
No,
there's
it's
a
an
parade,
it's an
keep
absolute
your ass
travesty.
home. We don't want you during our parade when Boach waves from the cable car. Stay home. You don't deserve that title.
Thank you, guys.
And by the way, You were going to get a World Series ring, but not if I have anything to do with it.
You can't even fake outrage, Gary. That's the best part.
Joe in San Jose, you're on KNBR. Joe, we're blessed to be on Earth when a man can go for 3,000.
As the great David Clayton Thomas in Blood, Sweat, and Tears said, God bless the child.
All right.
Derek Jeter.
So, go ahead, Joe. Where are you? Are you with me, who understands what these icons mean to all of us?
I'm with Tony 100%. Derek Jeter is a complete douche, man. That kid a bone.
Do you realize Marty Lurie would not even be on the air without these great stars?
Would Mika Kelly date a douchebag?
Oh, come on, I don't know. I hate that word. Anyway, go ahead, Joe. Jeez.
Okay.
There we go. There's little David
Tim
Clayton
just came in and said, don't worry about Marty Lurie. I wouldn't be on. Go ahead, Joe. Okay. Yeah, listen to this a little bit.
This is David Clayton Thomas, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
It's unbelievable. You turn on a guy giving us so much joy.
He's giving John Sterling a lot of joy, too, guys.
Well, yeah. You realize how many times they've had to tell him, stick a cattle prod up Sterling to get excited, huh?
No. He gets excited, guys.
You're ruining it, Gary.
All right. Well, thanks.
How good is David Clayton Thomas? I want to talk about sultry singers.
Where is he?
I don't know. Is he still alive?
I don't know.
I like Thomas Clayton of the 49ers, to be honest with
Of
you.
course, no doubt about it.
Don't forget Mark Clayton from the great Dolphins.
That's right.
And
Opposite
the new
Mark
Clayton.
Duper.
Yeah.
And there's a new Mark Clayton, of course, the original Mark Clayton, and now the younger Mark Clayton.
Out of Oklahoma.
The original Lone Ranger, Clayton Moore, as you well know.
Michael Clayton featuring George Clooney.
Yeah.
And
But
don't
wait a
forget
minute.
Clayton
Why are we
Kershaw.
playing God Bless the Child that's got his own? Jeter got $500,000 for doing nothing, right?
David Clayton Thomas still alive and well and touring.
Yeah, okay, so there you go.
Is he still with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, or has he gone solo like John
Probably
Fogerty?
Dump them. All
He's
right.
doing both, it looks like.
Yeah. John Fogerty from El Cerrito, Tony, as you well
Exactly
know.
right. Does John Fogerty really need the other guys to be sing Creedence Clearwater Revival
Oh,
songs?
my God. Let's go to a guy who's going to agree with me. Anthony in Pacifica, do you feel...
Of course he lives in Pacifica, family money. Of course he's going to agree with the rich guys.
I don't think
Get
so,
me
Tony.
my money.
All right, anyway, nothing against Pacifica. Anthony, you've got a choice of taking the high road and the idea to rise as one when Jonathan Sanchez on a 3-2 count.
Thank you, Fitz. Rise as one.
But thank you. Or you want to be with Tony and think everybody's out for themselves. I happen to think, and again, I'll read the slogan that the Giants have so eloquently put out, we're all giants. Anthony in Pacifica, are we a giant or are we an individualist like Bruno? Go ahead, Anthony.
You know, first and foremost,
Think it over. Are we all giants? Were you down there smoking pot during the parade, Anthony? That's exactly why I'm here. Bring a laugh. You ought to bless Bruno and I for bringing a laugh to your life.
Hey, I really do. And first, I just want to say God bless the San Francisco Giants.
Thank you.
We finally came through.
Apparently you're on my side. I'll take that as a Gary vote. Yes.
But on the other hand, it's a shame to me because Derek Jeter is such a fantastic, phenomenal player, and all throughout
that jump throw from deep in the hole. Who else makes that, Anthony?
But he's shown great integrity.
Thank you.
This act right here is.
Thank you.
He's flushing it away. All that great. You build
people
up all this
forget.
goodwill over the
He
years.
gets
and then
4
at the end,
hits on Thursday.
Then at
He'll be
the end, you
kissing
show
his
your
rear
true
end
colors.
again.
You show your true colors at the end. You rip the organization that's been good to you for years. You rip them and say they're cheap. Then you don't sign. Then you don't give a kid money who saved your.
Do we
butt.
know he didn't
then
give the kid
money?
money?
Then you take $500,000 because you made the All-Star
Jesus
team.
Christ.
I mean, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry. You know what? Goodwill should not Goodwill Hunting, of course.
Yes.
Another movie that actually back when those guys were actually good.
All I know,
Game
Tony,
back
the
then.
All-Star game is coming in about 4.5 hours or 5.5 hours, and we're talking like this about one of our American stars. You've ruined the whole day for me.
I'm sorry. It'll all be good when Roy Halladay toes the rubber tonight and goes out there for the senior circuit, the real face of baseball, Roy Halladay.
Anthony, I'm going to give you one last chance. All right? Kaner. Timmy, right? Boach.
Yeah.
Huh? Bip Roberts. Come on. You have a chance to vote on the side of the Giants. We're all Giants. Or are you going to take Tony's viewpoint that these guys are just selfish jerks All they care about is themselves.
I didn't say all of them, Gary. I said Derek Jeter now has unfortunately put himself in that mold.
He didn't say all of them. He didn't say all of them. So that's why I got to keep it in the lighter shade of gray. I mean, I agree with you, Gary, and I totally agree with you, Tony.
Anthony,
Harem reference
when
there, the lighter shade
Sergio
of pale, yes.
Let me tell you, Anthony, the next time Sergio Romo comes out of the pen, 2 on, 1 out in the 8th, keep your seat. Don't even get up and applaud. You don't deserve to.
I'll applaud with my hands and my feet because Sergio Romo is the man, and we are all.
You don't sound like he's the man.
Aren't you glad that Sergio Romo just kept the beard nice and clean and tight and did not go the Be Weezy route?
Yes.
I'm still waiting on somebody to throw out a ZZ Top beer here, you guys. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I think Brian Wilson's working on it. It takes a long time to get that beard that long, like the great
Brian
ZZ
Wilson
Top.
went to the All-Star game just to do his job. He doesn't want a lot of attention. Leave him alone. Sean in San Francisco, you're on with a man who has ruined my All-Star game. Go ahead, Sean, as he ruins yours.
No, you know what ruined my All-Star weekend? The home run derby last night. That's what ruined my All-Star
That was pretty
experience.
bad. Sean, let me ask you straight up. Do you want to watch tonight's game with...
Wait a minute, there's Robinson Cano. Back.
There, right now. Oh, my goodness. That is unbelievable.
Tony, Patrick just got a tweet that said, how dare Tony turn on Jeter. He allowed Christian Lopez to sniff his fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Who tweeted that? Go ahead, Sean. You're on KNBR. Good grief.
And if he wants to go back to Derek Jeter, he'll pull his finger for him, too. And then to say, now you're really happy, kid. How do you feel now, young man?
Sean,
go back to your miserable life selling cell phones. You got to sell a lot of 4G Sprint emos, Gary, to make up that kind of money.
Oh, my God. Sean, has your All-Star game been ruined the last 20 minutes? You're on KNBR. In fact, wait a minute, I'm getting a tweet. The Marty Lurie Show just been canceled. Thanks a lot, Tony. Jesus criminy. Go ahead, Sean.
No, I don't think the All-Star game has been completely ruined for me. I do think Derek Jeter's, selfish guy. I do like that he's played his entire career with the Yankees. I got to respect him a little bit, but honestly, I mean, he's not an All-Star this year, and he's not really doing his thing, and the fact that he's getting paid $500,000.
Sean, if he's not the face of baseball, who is?
All right, this is tough for me because I want to say, I mean, right now.
Well, dig deep and say it. Go ahead.
All right, I've got Albert Pujols as one. I mean, the stuff he gives back to the community is huge.
No, I would say Albert Pujols is a good prediction. I mean, he is the best player.
I'm probably riding in the moment because he's coming off 3,000 hits.
Jose Bautista's the face of baseball because he's hitting a million home
Why
runs?
do you hate Canada? Why?
I don't hate Canada.
Jesus Christ.
I just don't think that a guy who has 1.5 good years could be the face of baseball. That's all.
This is just ruined.
Tone,
I agree with Tony on that.
If Dirk Nowitzki can't be the face of the NBA, how the hell is Pujols going to be the face of baseball?
Dirk Nowitzki isn't the face of the NBA.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, well, he's a German, and Pujols can't be.
Yeah, well, you against Germans, too. All right. Anyway, Tone. You go ahead. I don't mean
I'm tired of having a defense.
You ruined my All-Star game.
We're taking on sacred cows, Gary. I know we're taking on sacred cows, and God forbid anyone criticizes the Yankees or Derek Jeter, and all you hear is 27 world championships. Oh, the kid got more than he could ever imagine. No, he didn't. Go ask the two guys, Popoff and the other guy, who caught the Barry Bonds 73rd ball, went to court, and then had to auction it for $450,000. Got $225 each,
ruined my
and then
All-Star
got screwed over by lawyers. Ask those guys about money, Gary.
I was going to go to Montclair, and Marty and I were going to find a place to trade out, watch the game, and eat chicken wings together. I'm not going now because of you. Because of you.
I'm not going either. I'm going to work tonight. That's where I'm going.
You ruined
You're going to miss Jordan Sparks doing the national anthem.
Well, he doesn't care. What does he care
about? I saw her last night in
the
the Celebrity All-Star game.
Yeah.
Did you see Kate Upton?
That's the girl I was trying to think of, the tall, leggy blonde who they never identified. Because I don't have the sound on.
Get off your blue swimming float cushion and love America's pastime. You think John Miller, when he read Casey at the Bat, felt like you did? No.
No, that was a great moment. And Jordan Sparks singing the game, watching Roy Halladay represent us, America, and the National League, the superior brand of baseball, the senior circuit. I'll be rooting for the National League.
Well,
my job is not to just deify guys who do the wrong thing, Gary. You do the wrong thing, you have to deal with the repercussions. It's not a free pass for life, Gary. You do something great, I'm going to praise you. You have a great career, I'm going to praise you. You just start doing not just one wrong thing, you now do 2 wrong things in a matter of days. You must be ripped. That's just the way the world works, Gary.
Tone, I'm going to leave you with this. I have just tweeted the KNBR promotion director, Tony Ryan, with a new slogan, "We're all giants minus one." Goodbye, Tony.
Goodbye, Gary, and good night, and let's go National League.
Unbelievable. The physical condition I'm in, for you to try and drive me over the edge, unbelievable.
I'm trying to just speak the truth and speak for the people.
You didn't care about my health. You didn't care that
I cared.
Timmy threw 114 pitches. He may not even get on the mound tonight because his arm's weary.
He'll be getting on the mound.
Yes, that's what happened in New York. Anyway, when he missed that game, he was on the mound yet. All right, anyway.
Good knowledge.
That's what she said.
All right, Toad. May God bless. Listen,
thank you,
we
Gary.
can disagree about this stuff, but again, we part as friends.
Yes, we do, Gary.
Yeah.
We part as friends.
Who's O'Reilly got on tonight?
Dick Morris.
DickMorris.com.
Dick Morris tonight.
I'll watch
Dick
him
Morris,
instead
Derek
of this game.
Jeter, your thoughts. I don't know, but you can read my comments on DickMorris.com.
He is, and he was fabulous today. Let me just say he was fabulous.
We'll do it live.
Okay,
right.
again,
Do it live.
with intermittent
I'll write
pitches
it
of
and
him
we'll
on
do
a,
it live.
all right, with Tony on a blue floaty in a pool somewhere. He is fabulous. Really, I wasn't feeling
That's not
good.
a good picture of me, Gary. I look like I got man boobs, but I don't.
Moobs.
There's nothing wrong with that. Again, all right. Mike, you got a problem with man boobs? Know yourself. Jesus, right a minute.
Hey, Phil Mickelson won a major with man boobs. Okay?
Exactly. Oh, Mike, you good. Mike does sit-ups, so he thinks, you know.
Meatloaf and Fight Club had
Let me
some
tell you
major
something. You
movies.
think Schwarzenegger would have been governor without steroids? Hell no.
Exactly.
Wouldn't have been any movies. Wouldn't have been governor. 808 KNBR is the number. Your thoughts on Bruno. Did he ruin your All-Star game? We'll talk with you next on These Sports Leader.
We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it
Fabulous.
live.
That's right.
And thing sucks.
Friggin' fabulous. Fabulous.